Ben Jordan Reed. Seriously,
Right.
like, good Lord.
All right. So first up, we got Chris Carson. He's the bane of my existence. He's one of my starting running backs. And I use the word starting loosely because he doesn't really play football anymore. Anyway, he's been dealing with this foot injury that at first seemed kind of minor, but then it kept him out a week and then another week. And now it seems like he's probably not going to play this week, which of course opens the door, as so many doors have been opened in the past before, for one Carlos Hyde. Talk me through this, Wolf. Sell me on, yeah, let's go all in on Carlos Hyde.
Yeah, it is so strange. But as you mentioned with Chris Carson, like just 4 weeks ago, it seems he was a game time decision coming down to the minute. And it's not a guarantee he's out quite yet. Pete Carroll said they're going to take it to game time. And we've seen Carson just miraculously play in the past. I just don't. It's hard to fathom what the fuck's going on with this entire situation. But Carlos Hyde, let's play the hypothetical Carson sits, the most likely hypothetical. I think he's stepping right into a top 20, maybe even top 15 role here. The Seahawks have scored a rushing touchdown every single week outside of one against Dallas, of all people, by the way, which is just, that's when it was just a complete points bonanza shootout. Nobody was getting any work on the ground. But again, every single week, whether it's DJ Dallas, mostly Carlos Hyde, obviously racking up those scores. I mean, Chris Carson. But the last time that Chris Carson got knocked out, which was against none other than the Arizona Cardinals, who they're facing tomorrow night, Carlos Hyde rumbled 17 fantasy points, saw 18 touches, 3 of them receptions, racked up, 78-ish yards and the score. So nothing like crazy, but just that steady, like 60 to 80 yards, touchdown, a handful of catches. And with Travis Homer now banged up too, doubtful for the game, Carlos Hyde might be their best running back on the roster, which is just a terrifying thought in terms of pass catching. So ultimately, he'll be in line for the receiver. Potentially all the rushing work. We've seen a gross kind of committee, nobody getting more than 12 carries in the last 3 weeks, but they also are relying on DJ Dallas and Alex Collins and Travis Homer. So why would you feed them? I think this is why they signed Carlos Hyde. They talked about him being a really big part of what they do all season. And this is going to be a chance to show it. So only 21% owned as of this recording. If you need a running back plug-in, and who doesn't need a fucking running back plug-in at this point? Like I'm going to be putting him in over Duke Johnson, for example. Let us know if you have any sit starts out there about Carlos Hyde heading into Thursday night football.
Don't you hate it when you get to the point in the season when you're having to decide between Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson?
Just sickening. Just absolutely sickening. How did we get here? What's that Paul Rudd meme where they're like, who would have thought we'd be here? Well, not me. It's fucking mind-boggling that this is what it's come to.
I mean, I'll just end this quick segment, not with a particularly hot take, but I'll just say, of course, I'm skeptical of Carlos Hyde. I'm, of course, skeptical of Chris Carson playing. It's just been a miserable Seattle running backs experience for me. I'm sure others are in the same boat. Carlos Hyde, if he plays, it's hard to disagree with the Wolf that he might have top 20 potential.
And it's about not necessarily him, the offense. Offense. Again, DJ Dallas was the running back too just a couple of weeks ago. DJ fucking Dallas, whoever the fuck that loser is. It's the offense that is so explosive in a game that's going to put up points. He's going to fall his fat ass into the end zone at some point, and you're going to be happy with the 15 to 20 points. What is up, you fantasy wolf? Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, share your thoughts in the comments, check out some more videos, and join the newest Wolfpack by subscribing below.